Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I have a diamond in the rough for you guys to meet today. His name is Matt Jaworski. He is an edge rusher out of Fordham University. Nice to have you, sir.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. I know typically first question is always, are you related to the former quarterback and of Ron? And that is no. You are related to another quarterback who had played in the NFL, that being your father with the same name. But that's a different story. So obviously trying to make your own story here, trying to finish out things very well at Fordham. First team all conference last year and hoping for a great season that'll put you on the radar of a lot of NFL teams this upcoming season. So, Matt, go ahead, introduce yourself, and we'll get started.
Yeah, Matt Jaworski. I'm an edge rusher at Fordham University. Yeah, got one more year left. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, one more year left, and already really making a splash, and a guy who perhaps can be seen as one of the best small school edge rushers this upcoming season. A lot to really like about you, a player with good size, strength, also a special teams guy. So, I mean, you go out there and really do a lot for your team overall. But let's kind of go back to where it all started. You're a guy from the Buffalo area in New York.
Yeah. Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about you growing up, man. You growing up in the Buffalo area, and talk about the high schools that you attended.
Yeah, so I grew born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Went to high school at St. Francis, Athol Springs. Played 3 years there and actually graduated from there, but COVID was my senior year of high school. So New York wasn't playing football in the fall. They moved it to the spring. So, senior year is obviously your biggest year for recruiting. So needing to play in the fall, I had some family out of Huntsville, Alabama, and I moved down for like 6, 7 months. Moved right in with my family and drove my cousin who was playing football to school every day, and it was a really good experience. Got to play football with him and got to play football in the fall. Helped get recruited, and then moved back up after the season, and ended up graduating from St. Francis, which I was very grateful for.
Nice. So, again, kind of a weird situation, again, with
Definitely.
guys with this whole pandemic situation. So, happy you were able to have one more year at it. So, definitely putting you in a position where you can, maybe get recruited by some other school. So, as a recruiting process was happening, give me a sense as to how that was for you.
Yeah, thankfully, going into my senior year, I did have a handful of offers, but I never got to visit any of them. So it was, coming down and trying to figure out what schools I wanted to go to is it was tough. But thankfully, I think I saw Fordham. I went to a junior day there like 2 or 3 days before became a thing. So actually worked out well. I met the coaches and kind of just stayed in touch with them for, I mean, over a year and ended up picking Fordham, and it's worked out well.
Cool. So you come in as a freshman, and really Fordham's doing a lot. Fordham's really going strong, has a lot of great talented players that are coming out that season. I remember Tim DeMorat really just doing great work on the offensive side of things, and then Greenhagen dominating on the on the defensive side of things. And so obviously time transpires, and we're up until now where you might be the guy this go around where you're putting Fordham back into a position where hopefully you guys can be in the running for another Patriot League title. So uh, anyways, let's continue to talk about Fordham. Again, up in the New York area, for people who aren't as familiar. Talk about that school, man. I mean, and what you've been able to do there as a student.
Yeah, wanting to get into business, obviously it's a great business school. Being in New York, I mean, Buffalo is a little different than New York City. So that was a crazy, it took a year to adjust to that. But no, just being in a great area, meeting a lot of people within football and and out of football has been just, meeting all these new connections, whether it be for football, business, or it's just it's given me a lot of opportunity. A little overwhelming as a freshman, but as you get older, you learn how to deal with it and meet as many people as you can.
Great. And obviously a good fixture there on that defense. Again, as I had mentioned, an all-conference athlete this past year, and also a team captain for that defense. So talk about that defense and what it means for you to be one of the leaders of that team.
Yeah, coming in as a freshman, I actually came in as a linebacker. So most of my experience as a freshman was a linebacker, then getting moved to DN. But a lot of those, older guys, as you mentioned, Greenhagen, helped me out a lot. Just kind of making that transition to high school to football or high school to college. Just the lifestyle change is, I mean, his whole day was devoted to football, and it kind of just motivated me to do the same thing. And you just be a student of the game, learn a lot about the game, spend as much time as you do in the weight room and on the field, in the film room and watch film. And I think every year as a defense, we've progressed and become better. It's just right now, I'm super excited for my senior year. Obviously, the guys elected me and voted for me to be captain, which I'm very honored for. And but it's just every year our group gets stronger, and I just feel I've had every year I have more fun playing with this defense. It's just a great group of guys. We have all kind of grew up and learned how to become better players together, and just where we formed a really good bond that I think we're going to be really successful this year on defense.
Great. So, and let's kind of hone in on you as a player and future NFL prospect. I mean, what do you feel separates you from anybody else who plays your position?
I'd say two things. I run to the ball. I'm relentless. I get off the ball the same every time. My first three steps are fast and violent, and I get to the tackle in two steps, and I really pride myself on just being the fastest off the ball. And then second is just knowing the game. You know what I mean? Just watching film a lot, week to week, knowing what I'm going to see, and just kind of making them react off me rather than reacting off them. I feel like separates me a lot from someone else.
Gotcha. And uh, again, kind of being part of that defense, being that captain. And like I said, maybe not the seasons lately that you guys have wanted. So talk a little bit about like, I don't know, maybe what's it going to take for you guys this season to, win the conference and then move forward into the playoffs and hopefully get championships. So talk about your team as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, it's kind of last year, our offense would do good, defense kind of fall off, and then it would flip for games. Defense would be doing lights out, and offense just so it's kind of just putting the pieces together this year. And fortunately, where everyone's here this summer, and we're doing a lot of indie work together, just as players, and kind of building that chemistry between offense and defense, not just offense and defense separately, but together, working together and just trying to put all the pieces together and put complete games together. So I'm excited. We got really tight over this offseason and continue to, and yeah, I think it's going well.
Great. Give me an idea of some of the I don't know, guys coming up in that program other than yourself that we really need to know of.
CJ Montez, he's our quarterback. He's doing really well as a transfer. So he's going to go into his second year. Juice, our running back, Julius. He's just, I mean, I think he's a 4-year guy, just an animal. Jimmy Conway, he's a linebacker. He's behind me. We have a great relationship. He's a captain as well, and just it's good with the defense to have him there. I got Claudia Robinson. He's my nose guard. He's gonna have a really good season. Sam Burkle, my three tech. They're Yeah, they're just awesome guys who I think all everyone I named is gonna have a really, really good season.
Yeah, I mean, some of those names, like, I already know about y'all's, running back, doing fantastic things, and probably, maybe even in line for an All-American this year, with
Yeah.
himself. But certainly some games to watch this year at Fordham. Any of them you have circled, like specifically, or no?
First game of the year for sure. Well, there's a few of them, but one that sticks out is Bowling Green. To go beat a MAC school, I think it's a great start for the year. Thursday night game. I mean, I don't think it gets better than that. Thursday night against a MAC school. Hopefully, FCS school will go in there and have a statement game for the first game of the year.
Well, I will go out on a limb and say if anyone wants to bet on that game, Fordham might not be a bad one to bet on. So,
I agree.
as a team that could, upset. That is, if you want to call it an upset a Mac school. So, cool. So, obviously, already part of a lot of great games. Go ahead and give me a couple of your highlights, man. Give me a couple of moments where you want to talk about that have defined you so far as a player. Give me one of those games.
Uh, I mean, obviously, the first one that stands out is beating UB last year. Being a Buffalo guy, not getting recruited by UB, so they never really sat well with me. So being able to go back to Buffalo, where most of my family is, and to beat UB on that final drive was it doesn't get much better than that from a guy from Buffalo. So another one, game-winning sack against Bucknell. That always is a that was a good memory for me, just being tired and just remember just going and just running harder than I thought I could and making a play. It's a really good feeling.
Great. And Matt, obviously, one more season left to go. Anything that you want to go out there and achieve other than the obvious?
I would have won a Patriot League title. And I think we can win and go on and go deep in the playoff and win a national championship. I really do feel confident about it. Our D line coach Corey Burns talks about it all the time. He's like, we're not that. I mean, we have a good defense, and defense wins games. And I really think we can go out there and shut a lot of teams out and go really far in the playoffs. So I want some rings. I'm gonna get some this year.
I mean, if everyone is on the same page, and sometimes it's sheer luck. Let's just be real. I mean, it's just nice to be able to be in the right place at the right time. If things happen the way that they can happen, I mean, sky's the limit. So we'll see what happens to Fordham Rams football this upcoming year. Do want to meet the guy under the helmet. See if there's anything else that we need to know about him, other than the fact that he's not related to the other guy that people know. But talk to me about you. Anything that you want to share about yourself that we haven't talked about already.
Uh, what are you looking for, like a fun fact or something here?
Yeah, give me a fun fact or anything you're interested in. I mean, hobbies, whatever you got, man. I'll take.
I got a good story about being from Buffalo. As When we were kids, probably like seventh grade, sixth, seventh grade, we used to make koozies, like, and go around at the Bills games and sell them. It'd always be like something, if we played the Patriot, it'd be like Tom Brady sucks or something like that. And that was a highlight as a kid, is just walking around Bills games. And I don't know if everyone's ever been to a Bills game, they're wild. The tailgating's it's a spectacle just to go walk out, and we always had a good time as kids walking around there.
So, are you one of these, crazy Bills Mafia fans that throws themselves through like a flaming table or something, like while you're tailgating, or what?
No, I won't be jumping through tables, but I definitely love scrolling through Twitter the day after and watching some of the
Watching
people
those
jump through
crazy
tables.
guys.
Yeah.
Again, seems as if you kind of grew up a Bills fan. Was there a particular player who plays your position who you really looked up to, when you were younger?
Uh, Younger, well, I always grew up playing, all through high school. I played linebacker, so As a linebacker, I liked Luke Kuechly a lot, just watching the 30 for 30s and how he studied film and calling out plays before. But now in college, obviously played a different position. I watch a lot of tape on like TJ Watt. He has two similar moves of mine. So, and it's just he runs to the ball like me, and I like to watch him. Just he has a lot of his sacks are just hustle sacks, and he throws the same two moves. So when I'm trying to get better, obviously he's one of the best. So watch him and just kind of study his game.
Cool. Matt, want to try and throw a couple of oddball questions your way. Again, not football related, but just for fun. So hopefully just a really quick answer. So,
All right,
um, do you happen to have a favorite superhero?
favorite superhero. I was never really into the superheroes. I like Deadpool, and that's about it for superheroes.
Okay. If you're not into that, what are you into?
I like a lot of like history movies, like World War II movies, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, no big deal there. Let me see if there's anything else I could throw your way. Um, if it was karaoke night, is there a song that you would be comfortable enough to get up there and nail or what?
This is good. I love the movie Jackie Moon, Semi-Pro. So probably I'd have to go Love Me Sexy by Jackie Moon.
That's funny. I love that one. Um, cool. Well, Matt, I could sit here and ask a million questions, but we do need to move forward and wrap things up. It's been fun getting to know you as a person and player. Um, and again, I do see you as an edge rusher that a lot of scouts need to know. And so I want to give you a moment to talk to all those scouts out there and tell them what they're going to be looking forward to this season and what you'd be able to do if they brought you into their program as a guy out of Fordham. So go ahead and close this out with your pitch to those teams.
Yeah, I would just say I'm a hard worker. I'm a leader of the team. You know, I lead by example. I'll play. I mean, obviously, I'll play edge rusher, and I'll play all types of special teams. And just I want to be successful with everything I do. I want to win. I think that's the most important thing in life is to be able to succeed at what you're doing. And yeah, I'm gonna go there and just work as hard as I can.
Great. Well, obviously, a lot to look forward to this year. Dude, you had 9 sacks last year, and hopefully you can either duplicate it or get better at it. And if you do, man, I mean, you're in line for a lot of good things. So hopefully that means wins and championships and opportunities at the next level. So again, great leader, team captain, and Matt's been fun. So you take care, all right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Again, I have with me Matt Jaworski, edge rusher out of Fordham. Check him out this season.